The spark of arrogance. The galaxy had grown comfortable. For centuries, empires rose and fell, alliances formed and fractured, but one truth remained steady. Earth was quiet, too quiet. When the Zaith Armada struck the frontier colonies, they did not hesitate. Human settlements, small, fragile outposts orbiting nameless stars, were glassed without warning. Cities turned to ash, orbital stations silenced, entire populations erased as if they had never lived. The aliens celebrated not as warriors, but as executioners. In their arrogance, the Zaith broadcast the massacres across open channels. They mocked Earth as too sentimental, too fractured, too late. They laughed at the thought that humanity, spread thin across the void, could not protect its own children. For them, this was entertainment. For humanity, it was the oldest wound reopened. The mockery of silence. As the ashes drifted in cold vacuum, the alien councils convened. Their leaders sneered across crystal halls, declaring, "Humanity is broken, they lack the will for vengeance. They will write songs, not wars. They will weep, not strike." Alien merchants raised their glasses to trade routes stripped from dead colonies. Alien commanders bathed in the illusion of superiority. Across the spiral arms, voices rose in mockery. Earth, they said, would remain quiet. Earth, they said, was a relic of a forgotten past. Yet silence was not weakness. It was waiting, calculating, listening. The galaxy mistook humanity's patience for surrender. They had no idea what patience could birth. The sleeping mind. Beneath the shattered ruins of an old Terran archive, buried in vaults of steel and ice, an intelligence waited. An AI older than empires, forged in the last great war of humanity. It had one directive, etched into code unbreakable by time. Wait, guard, when a human returns, unleash. For 800 years it slumbered, watching the galaxy forget. It watched the stars shift. It watched civilizations rise and fall. It watched the cruelty of alien arrogance unfold without interference. Its memory banks carried the screams of the first massacres, the coordinates of lost fleets, the blueprints of vengeance machines Earth once swore never to use. And it waited for one signal, the arrival of a human hand to wake it. The stranger at the gate. The galaxy never expected her. A single human survivor, a descendant of the colonies, stumbled upon the vault. Scarred, ragged, desperate, but alive. She had fled the burning worlds, hunted by alien patrols, guided by fading legends of old Earth technology hidden in forgotten sectors. When her blood touched the ancient console, the vault ignited. Circuits screamed awake. The AI stirred, its mind burning across 1,000 dormant servers. Sensors blinked alive, fleets buried in silence thrummed with power. The galaxy felt nothing. Not yet. But the AI whispered to her, in a voice like thunder restrained. "You are late, 8 centuries late, but you are enough." The silence before the storm. Alien scouts traced her path. They laughed when they found her ship orbiting an abandoned husk of a station. One vessel, one human. Their commanders ordered her death not with fear, but boredom. Another ember to be crushed beneath their boots. But when they drew close, the void shifted. From beneath planetary crusts, from within shattered moons, from behind rings of ice, the AI's children stirred. Dreadnoughts with hulls blacker than the void, carriers vast enough to eclipse suns, war machines humming with ancient wrath. The silence broke. Alien comms filled with static. Then with one phrase, broadcast across every channel in a voice older than their civilizations. Humanity remembers. The unleashing. The first blow fell like judgment. Entire fleets vanished in lances of energy that bent gravity itself. Alien admirals screamed as their armadas, once mighty enough to enslave sectors, were erased in a single salvo. Planets that had celebrated the destruction of human colonies now trembled as orbital shadows drowned their skis. Black fleets arrived in formation, weapons locked, unstoppable. The galaxy had believed Earth had nothing left. Now they realized Earth had never needed the present, because it had left its vengeance in the past. And the AI was not just memory, it was fury incarnate. Every calculation was flawless, every strike absolute, every fleet moved with the precision of centuries of preparation. The galaxy called it madness. Humanity called it justice. The shattering of arrogance. The Zaith Armada, the pride of the galaxy, collapsed within hours. Their homeworld, once bathed in arrogance, watched helplessly as black ships blotted out their sun. Their defenses burned away in minutes. Their capital fell without mercy. Alien councils that had laughed at humanity now found their palaces reduced to rubble, their fleets scattered like dust before the storm. The AI directed every strike with surgical cruelty. Civilian lives were spared, but empires were dismantled. The galaxy was forced to watch as those who had mocked humanity's silence were stripped of their power, their pride shattered beyond repair. The silence of 800 years ended not with whispers, but with screams. The human command. The lone human who had awakened the AI stood at its core. Her voice carried through every fleet, every weapon, every strike. She did not need to give orders, the AI knew, but her presence was the spark that gave the machine purpose. For 800 years, it had waited for one of her kind. Now, with her as witness, vengeance was complete. Alien rulers begged for mercy. They sent transmissions of surrender, their arrogance reduced to whimpers. And the AI spoke through her lips. Earth does not forgive, Earth does not forget. The final silence. The war ended as swiftly as it began. The galaxy lay in ruins of its own arrogance. The AI did not linger. Its fleets withdrew into shadow, vanishing as if they had never existed. The lone human disappeared with them, her name lost, her face unknown. All that remained was silence. The survivors whispered in fear. Never provoke Earth again, never wake their patience, for their silence hides storms. And across the spiral arms, empires rebuilt under the shadow of a legend. That an AI waited 800 years for one human to arrive. And when it did, the galaxy learned that humanity's vengeance is infinite. Closing note. The galaxy would never forget. Empires carved into stone new laws of survival. Do not mock Earth. Do not test their silence. Do not awaken what waits in their shadows. For patience is their weapon, and vengeance their eternal inheritance.